Hey guys, Matt here from the Rugby Drum. Just giving you another day for another preview for today's matches. We've got Australia versus Uruguay at Villa Park, Birmingham. We've got Scotland, USA at Ellen Road and Leeds, and we've also got Ireland, Romania. Starting off with I'll start off with my little bit of wash up last night after everything's kind of fermented overnight. I've got the papers this morning. I've gone online. There's a lot being made about Chris Robshaw's decision to go for the line out. I think that's quite unfair. If it pulled off, he would have been a hero. If it obviously hasn't, so he's could have been a hero or villain. So Michael Leach did that with Japan against South Africa and ended up turning the match, and he ended up making history. So it was a good decision by Robshaw. Probably not the expected one, but I guess that's what happens in rugby. During the week, I wrote about Warren Gatlin being really grisly, playing all those mind games, and they've seemed to come off. I mean, I saw some footage of him after the match, and he was understandably quite chipper. So you can understand now where he's coming from, and perhaps it definitely worked. I do think Wales will go on and win the pool now. They might drop against Australia, but I still think they've done enough to win the pool. Anyway, to today's games: Australia, Uruguay at Villa Park in Birmingham. Michael Cheika's turned the whole Australian team around, which was understandable given the pool that they're playing in. You've got Dean Mumm. His decision to come back from Exeter Chiefs toward the end of the Super Rugby season has definitely paid off, as he's now been the named captain of the Wallabies, which is it's good to see, and it's good, I guess, if you're an Exeter Chiefs fan to see their lock and former captain doing well at the international stage. We've got David Pocock and Michael Hooper, both given a rest today, with Sean McMahon and Wycliffe Palu coming into the squad, which is, like I said, to be expected, considering next Saturday's matchup against England, and it's going to be huge for the Australian team, so they're going to have to rest their big guns. Quade Cooper comes on the bench comes onto the starting lineup. For Bernard Foley. He drops to the bench. Cooper's one of those guys that he can win you games, but he's not going to be there when Australia really have that big win. So say next Saturday at Twickenham, he'll probably start on the bench, I would say, if he's in the team at all. Israel Folau's rested. Like I said, another understandable change. A big host of changes. You've got Spate coming in, surprisingly, at centre, with Tavita Kurandrani dropping to the bench. Also, Australia, while they've made so many changes, they'll be keen to register a big win after missing out on the bonus point in Cardiff against Fiji. Unfortunately for Uruguay, it won't be looking good. However, they'll be keen to show that they've come a long way since their last World Cup performance in 2003 in Australia, and they're not without some quality with that Augustin Armachaya, the scrum half who plays for Stade Montoy, and I think they're in the level 2 in France, and they've also got Felipe Berchesi, who plays for the Pro 12 side, Carcassonne. So it's Carcassonne, sorry. So they're not without quality, but I don't think they have enough to I think 30 points. 30 points would be good if Uruguay could get that close. Now we go to Scotland, USA at Ellen Road and Leeds. Vern Cotter using quite a few, obviously doing the same what Australia are doing and turning his side around a bit. We've got Greg Laidlaw, David Denton and John Hardy dropping out of the... David Denton and Hardy out altogether, with Laidlaw dropping to the bench. And we've got Glasgow's Henry Purgos coming in number 9, as well as the captain, so it's good to see him in the team. Kiwi-born Sean Maitland comes into the lineup with Tim Visser on the wing. Tim Visser didn't feature at all last in their win over Japan. Richie Gray comes in for Johnny Gray at the locks. And Josh Strauss and Alistair Strikosh come into the back row for Denton and John Hardy. John Hardy has been ruled out with a head injury. We're not so sure how serious that is, but hopefully for Vern Cotter, it won't be that serious considering he's made a significant difference in the back row. USA aren't easy beats, but well, they've got some good quality players like the likes of Chris Wiles, AJ McGinty. They did have a really good game against Samoa, and they're really well organised at the back. Out wide, sorry, which is what they showed against Samoa. So hopefully it could be. I think it'll be closer than people think. I think Samoa will still win it by 20 or 30 points, but out wide, it'll be close and it'll be tight and close. But then I think Scotland will have too much firepower in the back line. USA, they beat Canada by 40 points in the lead up to the tournament, which Italy struggled to beat Canada at all, so it could be closer than a lot of people think. Then we move on to Ireland, Romania, and once again Joe Schmidt's turned over his team, which is kind of the pattern for these today games. They're not really high profile matches, but you've got Keane Healy makes his first start for the team since the Six Nations, injuring his neck for the Six Nations. Excuse me. And I think for Ireland to be a big threat, Keane Healy's going to have to be there or thereabouts in the first team because brings a lot to the team. I think Joe Schmidt, it's very precautious, it's very careful how he's brought him into the team, but he'll get a good run out against Romania. Probably play 50 to 60 minutes, I think. We've got Zebo coming in at the back, which is a strange call considering. Well, it's not really, but he didn't play well against England when he started at fullback for one of the first times in green. So he gets another chance there. New sets of wingers. We got Tommy Bay and Keith Earls coming on the wings, and we got Darren Cave starting at 12. Last time these two teams met was at Lansdowne Road in 2005, I think it was, and it was 43-12. I think it'll be a similar scoreline. Romania showed some goods against Wales. They showed like they could really match it, but I think not Wales, France, when they played at Olympic Stadium. But I think Ireland will be far too strong. They've got firepower across the park. Romanian fullback, they're not without some quality. They've got that Catalan Virtue, who's one try away from becoming Romania's top try scorer. So once again, like the Scotland USA game, it might be tight in close quarters, but I think Ireland will have too much firepower. That's all from me today, guys. Just setting up for the big afternoon. So I'll see you the next big day.